All right, we're here with Anim Pakal, the thousandth moon. So when you attack with things, this gets 1/1 counters, and then when this gets 1/1 counters, you get 1/1 gnome artifact creature tokens equal to the amount of counters on this. So ideally, you want to play this and then never really let it die. So we have a bunch of protection spells and stuff. We have ways to put counters on this, not too many ways, but there are some like Luminarch Aspirant to just make the counter flow a little bit faster. And a bunch of evasive 1/1s that can consistently swing kind of in any scenario. Just like, oh, just swing with this, and they come in super early and stuff, right? And then I can make them large with my Chaos alongside of more counters here. I have, I think, every Anthem. And funny, I actually had to craft Benelish Marshall. I just never owned one of these. So I have all the Anthem effects like this. I've never played a Tempered Steel deck, and these are artifact tokens, so that seems pretty cool. I have Mondrak, but I don't have the other one. There's an enchantment that doubles your token production. I like Mondrak, and I don't necessarily hate the other one, but it isn't like a threat. It just sort of sits there. It's not like a turn 4 creature that can continue to swing and add pressure. And curving out 1, 2, and 3 is pretty nice. Or just like 2 1s on turn 2. I don't have many 2-drops. It's pretty nice. You'll also notice this is not very red. I don't really want to play burn spells. I don't really want to play big dragons or anything. I think that the white strategy, the white half of this, is just a lot better for the strategy. Well, I like a lot. You have the 1/1 counters, you have protection spells, you have a lot more early flying stuff to do. I just really was way more on board with the white side. Even Convoke, like the white Convoke spells to me are a lot better than the red ones. So, it's just how it is, I guess. That's how I perceive it. The red spells are pretty strong, though. Goblin Bombardment just gives your tokens a way to clear the board, right? Like you swing, you make tokens, and then you stack the tokens to remove blockers, right, before you would actually go to damage. That seems pretty nice. Or just sacking your whole board, when maybe your opponent has a Traxa sitting in play and 7/7 lifelink just sitting there. What else? It's been a long time since I've seen this card, but it seems pretty cool. I like what it's doing. It also flies. Mentor is nice too, right? Any opportunity to give this counters in a different way is totally fine. Showdown does that too. I had the 5-mana sweeper that lets you sack anywhere from 0 to 13 creatures for a second. But then I realized I'd probably play Settle the Wreckage first, and I'm not doing that, so I don't think I want to really play it. But it's cool to sacrifice like 3 creatures, and then your opponent gets rid of basically their whole board if they're just kind of like a more normal, less tokeny thing. Then you just get rid of 3 tokens, and you're not really upset. And, yeah, that's about it. It's just this, but way more on the white side, because, again, I wasn't super confident on a lot of the red options, except maybe Beaumont Courier, really wish it could fly, or it was a little bit more evasive. Or Faithless Looting to get rid of poop in hand could maybe come in too, but we'll see how this how we start here. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's see what we do. I'm getting a little light. I need I need more early threats. What's happening? There's a lot of 1-minute cards in here. Oh boy. All right. I can reevaluate the red source count too, but I only really need 1 red source every game, and I don't really ever want 2. Okay, so it is more likely that this is relevant Then the Idyllic Tutor, stopping some weird thing that would make me lose immediately. They don't necessarily have that. Okay, none of this is all that big of a deal except maybe this one. The Kai is kind of annoying, but like the Kai is also a little too slow. So that's just kind of like the first sliver or bust. The first sliver just has to hit something that makes them like win. Or it doesn't and they just lose. Alright, they got a Menadork, so I think the game is over. Swing, swing, they block, block. Yep, I don't think that's enough to stay alive. I think, actually, this just putting a counter here makes sense, right? And then it just gives me more swingy boys. Although it probably wasn't necessary. Cool. Yep, it just snowballs like crazy when your opponent doesn't do anything. Alright, there's just nothing. There's literally no creature in my hand, so I don't know what I would be doing with that hand in any way. This is that dude. Okay, so okay, I guess. That would have been phenomenal to play last turn, but I didn't. Did I want to play this instead? I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, they're both technically just wind up being 2/2s anyways. Opponent has the greatest card of all time, of course. Very easy to get Elishnorn flowing as well, which is nice. I'm probably going to just have to Swords this Giver of Runes, though, which is kind of lame. But that's what it does best. Okay, that was a pretty solid draw. I think I'm still playing the cheaper stuff, so let's do this on this, which means they target before I go to attack. Maybe it helps me with my attack. I don't think it does, though. I mean, you just name white. There's nothing else to do. And then I play you. And then I play Healer's Hawk at some point. Alright, cool. Yep, my opponent realizes I can still swing with this now, but whenever you attack with one or more yeah, it triggers on itself when it swings. But they just block it for free or whatever. But yeah, we just pull ahead super fast. I got this. When does this flip? My upkeep. So if nothing dies, well, I'll have the gnome tokens too, so this will very likely flip. And then next turn I have Big Scary. Cool. Well, look at that. Good thing I mulliganed, huh? Good thing I mulliganed. Smarty Ace. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to reassess how many one-drops are in here. Feels like I'm not hitting a lot. Which surprises me, because I have a lot of like random one-mana flyers. It does not seem like I'm getting them that much. I'm not going to do my Chaos on one. This might be too slow, though. This might be too slow. Okay, well, I'd probably lose my Chaos. I don't really have any way to stop Valky other than them blocking with it. Okay, they took a thing I was never really going to cast. I mean, it does tax them. It does tax them. That was a good draw. Yeah. So, Mondrak or offer a trade or Warboss. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Funny enough, it's also a soldier. And I think I'm gonna trade. Maybe I just don't. What does my opponent have? Oh, the Valky has... You can do it for 0, I guess. That's why priority's being held for no reason. See, this is why we really like flyers. Okay, so play this. Swing with the new goblin. And then... I mean, I can sack the new goblins to Mondrak. Maybe that's just fine. I'll just do that. Oh, I guess I didn't have to necessarily tap. I could have tapped one of the things before they go to combat. Maybe this is just really good. Who knows? Does this exile creatures? It deals 7 to them, right? Okay, my opponent didn't do what I would have done. Like, at all. I just would never have ever even have thought to do that, but alright. So let's do this, and I guess I'll play my commander, and... Sure. When do you get the 1/1s? Your end step, alright. So, do I swing with this? I mean, if I do... Like that. Like that. Okay. Well, the Selfless Spirit's really good right now. Hopefully. Them plussing my deck doesn't get them anywhere. Yeah, this doesn't, like, you know the cards in my deck are not going to be super useful. Okay. Again, they're not really going to hit anything out of my deck. Do they get anything out of theirs? They got nothing? Oh, they got this. Okay, I guess. What do they get? They got a Knight Errant. Yeah, that's not... The cards my opponent played this game were not super useful to stopping me, right? It's another only my Chaos hand. Why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening to me? Alright, so now I have no creatures, which is even worse. I mean, how do you... Okay, never mind. My opponent chose that. I would not have done that, but I'm not them. I don't know their hand. The fact that I drew Marshall, I don't even know if I want to play my commander next turn. I don't think I do. I think I'm just playing this and passing. Do I put a counter here? I think I just do. Actually, you know what? No. We swing like this, and then we see how my opponent blocks. Because if they... I need to get rid of the Palladium Mirror if I can. Okay, my opponent doesn't block, so I won't. Okay. I feel like Rusko was in so many, like, opponents. Like, they seem to have this card so many times. I mean, it's probably, like, the best blue-black card in the game, but... What are you gonna do? Alright, so I can give something flying. Doesn't seem terribly useful. This also not very exciting when they have a 3/3 now, is it? This adds to the board more? I guess I'll do this. And then... I could give this flying, but what does that even accomplish? I don't think that accomplishes anything, actually. Yeah, I'll just wait. So do this, and then swing here. And then I guess I'm tapping this. On the right side for once. Alright. We're back to the old, you need to have something immediately that deals with the board. Which can't be your commander. They only have one black source. That has lifelink. But I can give my stuff, I can give this flying so they can't block it. I don't know if that's enough. No, this has to be enough. With the Anthem effect, there's no way this doesn't kill them. Yeah, there's just no way. Like this, like that, and then like this. Yeah, that's way more than 15 or whatever. Oh, it was lethal even if they were at full health. Oh man. Alright, cool. This is another hand with no creatures. Alright, I'm gonna go look at stuff. This is just ridiculous. These, like, I don't know, I feel like I have a bajillion 1-drops, and I've had like one game where I've had them. There's like 15. I don't know what's going on. I got nothing. I got nothing this game. Or this turn. I have... I mean, I guess I am blocking this, so it doesn't do stuff. Feels moderately useful. Alright. Wait, no. No, it didn't enter the battlefield this turn. I don't really care. It doesn't draw a card. I don't care. Okay. That's really good. Wow, look at that. Look at that. We stonewalled them so they couldn't draw. And I guess they have pump spells, which seems kind of weird in this deck, but sure. Cool. Okay. We took out a bunch of stuff that wasn't too exciting. Some 4-drops for more 1/1 flyers. So I can consistently do that, right? So I'll just let's try that. See how that works. Oh, and I added a few more red lands. Just a few more. Like, look at this hand. Just doesn't... Oh boy. Well, at least they weren't on the play, but obviously that just puts us incredibly close to losing. Benelish Marshall does require a thing, but no. Yep. Don't think I'm beating this. Too fast. Way, 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 way too fast. There's just nothing I can do. My opponent didn't even take the time to block. They could have blocked both of them, didn't even care. I do have an answer to that, and it's a pretty good one. So play this. 2-drops is a sweet spot. Well, they're better than the 4-drops. This doesn't even do anything, but... Why are they not blocking? I don't know why they're not blocking. I don't get it. If they play their commander and then naturalize, I can probably just... All because of Utopia Sprawl. Must be nice. Okay, so I can play this, and then still lose. Well, they have reach now, so I don't actually know what I'm doing. Alright, well, I have to survive this turn, and then do something the next turn. So, play you. Probably shouldn't tap another creature. I'm pretty sure if they played Nissa, I was dead. They can still play it, but now it doesn't have, like, the trample stuff going on. Okay. I guess I'm playing this pre-combat, so I get to draw. So now, are they... It's a matter of this attack killing them or not? I don't think it does, but it's still a lot. It does. I'm not sure... I'm so confused. Is there something I'm not understanding? I don't know why I won that. Am I wrong, or could my opponent have been blocking? My opponent was dead by 6. I don't think they would have lost this game if they were blocking with these. Or at least they would have gone to their next turn. And then at that point, I don't know if I'm coming out of this. Alright, everything is excellent. If I get a red. Even if I don't, though, this is really good, too. I might just not play a 1-drop right now. No, I will. I guess I just will. Because, I mean, I found the red, so playing my commander just does this for free every turn on its own. Okay. Sure. Wait, this means the copied Ob Nixilis just dies, doesn't it? Unless I'm wrong? I'm gonna find out. Math is not for me. Man, Dark Ritual is such a great card. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't really the worst thing ever. So you here, you there. Yeah, it was a strange Dark Ritual. It was definitely like one of the beatable Dark Rituals. That's for sure. That's a Dark Ritual I could beat. Alright, so I lost my Toskishipper, but that's not too bad. I get to keep the Selfless Savior then, which is really nice. Okay. That was a pretty good draw. So let's just Alpha Strike their commander. Let's do this. You know what? Let's do this. And then here. I don't even care if Ob Nixilis dies. If it just sits at 1 loyalty the whole game, okay. I'm going to swing like this so they can keep their commander alive if they block with their Jadar. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't keep it alive, does it? Yes, it does. They chose not to. Okay, so, yep, let this happen. So it's a matter of, do I play Wandering Emperor, or do I play Selfless Savior? I'm not going to put a counter there. I think I'm going to play... I mean, Wandering Emperor is just stupid, so... Sure. That just taxes their life, but we'll see how fast. Okay, I'm going to just do this now. I will make a dude. Well, that's pretty neat. I was going to swing with the Mutavault, but now maybe I just don't. I mean, yeah, now I just absolutely don't. This is really bad for my opponent. I don't think there's anything they can do. They have to, like, desperation draw probably right now. Unless they have something in hand. Okay, they do all three? I don't think the 3-2 was super relevant. I wouldn't have done that. It doesn't change the block attack math. If you did end up drawing, like, Crux of Fate, you would have wanted more life for later. So I don't really like that. They had Portal to Phyrexia. That's funny. Yeah, there's just nothing. It is a dragon? Okay. It's a dragon. Fair enough. If it's a dragon. Yeah, it's a changeling, right? That's funny. That's actually really funny. It is. Yeah, I guess. That's really funny. I still, though, even still, because it's just like a naked 3-2 sitting there, and you have three less life to play the game with. So I don't even know if I like it. I still don't know if I like it. Vigilance Ward, card type. Enlist is when it swings alone, right? Non-attacking creature you control something. No idea what my opponent's choosing to do that isn't swinging or playing their commander. Really? Alright, yeah. Cool, we got a 2-mana removal spell on a 1-drop. Now I feel good. Well, yeah, the fact that they did that means I wanted to play my commander pre-combat. Oh, that's actually super sad. Oh well. Well, your opponent, your card either answers it or it doesn't. Exile, non-land, permanent. Okay, so I say no to this, decline. And then I can cast it for 5 anyways still. Without, I guess, necessarily putting the commander tax on it. I think I'm going to do this. I don't know if I want to play in the trenches when I can just do this. Okay, well, that is probably one of the best cards in their deck. But they don't have anything to go with it right now. Well, nothing too relevant, right? Like, the mana requirement for the Thraben Inspector to be good is, like, super steep. And they're, like, missing land drops, so... Alright. If they ever tap it, I can kill it. Of course. Yep. Now they just have the penultimate card against me. Well, they tapped the Soul Herder, so I can play the game now. Still utterly ridiculous, though. I don't know if I can win. There's no reason not to... Alright, double chump it is. I think Wandering Emperor is good enough to keep alive forever. Feels more useful than these cards have been. Oh man, tap lands, just what I wanted. Okay, so just play you and plus... If I had a untapped land there, it would have been absolutely massive. No, actually it wouldn't have. No, it would not have. Alright, whatever. Opponent's literally completely destroying me with 3 lands. This is a complete joke. 5. Okay, well, yeah, back to square one. More 1-drops, oh boy. Alright, they drew a land. The auto-tapper tapped the white and not the blue. I don't know what that means. So I can do this. I will pay for this. And I guess I play Boromir? No, I should play this because that way the token I swing with right now doesn't die. I think that's fine. Right, these tokens don't die. I don't gain 5 though, unfortunately. Oh, I guess I do. I do because it has trample. So I just gain 5 anyways, or 4. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I don't get this attack. I do not get this attack. I don't get it at all. Okay. So they pushed damage, and then they're making it so I can't cast this turn. So I don't really know what all this means. Swing. Okay. I really don't know why they pushed damage there. Like, they looked for something, and then they, like, everything they played last turn, they just got rid of. That's kind of surprising to me. But that was an insane game to win. Like, I beat the Soul Herder with a spamming, like, Fiend Hunter, essentially. Okay. Fine. Alright, let's see if Giver of Runes survives. It technically does. That's kind of spooky. Alright, well, may have missequenced my lands a little bit there, not gonna lie. Smoldering Egg? Really? Oh, they didn't block with their 1/1? Rude. That is a Mana Rock. That is not a counter spell. Or a burn spell. Alright, at least I get, like, free attacks, basically. Do I play this pre-combat? I think I have so much to do in hand that I'd rather just do this instead. I think this feels better. Man, we went from, like, the slowest player in the world to, like, a really fast player. Look at that. Opponent's out here straight gaming. That probably didn't feel too good for them. Okay, so I want to play something that keeps this alive through combat. So I guess Boromir. Wow, they did not block my commander. That's odd. That's very strange. I feel like he had to chump block my commander there. I probably should not have swung with this. But at this point, I don't know, damage might just be worth it. Oh, they got the other one. I've never seen both in play ever before. Do they have a spell to trigger both? They do. And I can't stop that at all. Okay. Four, five, six. 4, 5, 6, 7. So they'll go to 1 if I play this pre-combat. And they have to block with their dudes, so I guess I will do this. Well, that's not what I had anticipated. Alright, back to this. Alright, that's it. Yep, there's no... The cards and... I have perfect knowledge and nothing does anything. Cool. Really interesting deck. I like it a lot. That was the first time ever I've seen Young Pyromancer and Iconoclast at the same time, and they both also triggered. Okay, so after I added like all the 1-drops, I liked it a lot more. It did really feel like a commander that wants to play 1s and 2s. You don't necessarily have to, like, because I'm so light on the red side and I have actually quite a few tapped lands, there is a logic to just sort of skipping 2s, or they're not super important. I wound up adding Thalia, by the way. And you can just go right into this on 3. It is awkward when you want this on 3 every single game. So all of your 3-drops don't necessarily come in on turn 3, right? Because this is your turn 3 every single game, preferably. Sometimes that's not the case. Adeline is... I don't know if Adeline is better than this, but Adeline is so good that you could totally play this on turn 3 instead. Other things are totally fine too on 3 that aren't necessarily this, but you're probably going to play this on turn 3. It doesn't make it bad to have 3-drops, mind you. It's still perfectly solid, but you could totally try to build this with almost no 3-drops and then just have more 2s and 1s and then just go into 4 and maybe some more 5s. Just completely remove this pillar here, because it's always going to be this. If it dies, you know, rip skis. But that's not to say that these aren't bad. Like, you would still probably always play this, right? You just play this, and now you're drawing 2 cards a turn for the rest of the game. You probably always want protection spells like this one, especially how this can alpha strike your opponent while also giving vigilance, so you can, like, block still. This card is kind of insane, actually. Winning announcement, I just... You know, you're not playing Adeline. You're always going to play Adeline. Like, you should always play this card. Even this one, I really like this card. I think this is the first commander I actually successfully cast the stupid thing. And I really like it. It's just kind of goofy. It's fun. It's got all these sort of random abilities slapped on there. But I do really like this, especially with flashback, right? But some of the 4s and ups can feel very slow. But a lot of them are like, you know, they have Convoke. They have an extremely powerful ability. Like, if this is just a 4/4 indestructible and I'm not doubling my counter or my tokens, it still just feels really good, just as an indestructible 4/4. I never got to use this, but I did play a creature out of it, but I didn't get to, like, use the whole thing. I've never flipped this, I don't think. Yeah, I flipped it in a draft, actually. I was drafting. But as a normal deck, I hadn't. Rabble Rousing. Of all the cards in here, Rabble Rousing might come out, like, first. It's probably in the bottom 5. The effect is awesome. I really like it. You're not really hitting anything with Hideaway that feels amazing, because it's going to cost less than the Rabble Rousing. So, you know, it's like, oh, cool. But, I like the effect on this. I think it's really good, actually. The problem is it just comes in so late, it at that point probably does not matter. And, yeah, it doesn't help you push damage the turn you play it. And if you don't have anything in play, it actually is completely useless, right? But if you lost your board anyways, you probably weren't going to win. But this doesn't have Convoke or anything. Yeah, I think it should not have been in here. There were plenty of games where like I would have preferred it to have just been something else if I even had it, and that something else would most likely have been something much cheaper. But these have Convoke. I still kind of like them. This one's I don't think I've ever actually used this one yet. I don't think so. But, it feels like a 1 minute 4/4. It's so easy to Convoke. I don't really take issue with just throwing that in. Aurelia probably still belongs in here. I'm not off of this one yet. I hadn't really got an option to try it, but I still like it. The Mentor is solid, right? Distributing counters in any fashion is completely fine, and I just don't hate it. My case is a bit slow, but when he gets going, who cares? I like all the 1-drops we played. I never got a Goblin Bombardment game, but there were plenty of games where it would have actually been useful to have this in play. So I do really like this. And I wasn't playing with Thalia, but I just added it in the end. I do have a fair amount of non-creature things myself, but obviously the logic would be you're hindering your opponent, and you're still playing your 1, your 2, and your 3, which don't get taxed by this, and then you still have other things that are creatures to cast, so you can sort of dodge your own Thalia and not feel terrible about it, right? Or you could just play one of your other 3-drops is now a pseudo 4, because Thalia taxed it up to 4, and this was your 3-drop anyways. So, like, if you wanted to play this, you weren't playing it turn 3 regardless. So that's kind of reasonable, right? But yeah, the mana base probably needed a little help. You could maybe play Ancient Ziggurat, right? I don't like tap lands, especially in a deck that's trying to curve 1, 2, 3 really efficiently every single game. Even kind of curve into 4s too. So, the benefit of this is if you do have a tap land and it comes in on 4 or something, you still have a bunch of 3s you could play because this was your 3-drop, right? So your double 3s is kind of fine. But yeah, could maybe fix the mana a little bit. I really don't like the tap lands at all, but unfortunately this does have red in it, so I gotta, you gotta cast your actual commander. It's not just not having a few red cards in your deck. You always need red mana because of this. So, and there's probably a few red cards I wasn't playing that you could, but again, I was trying to do this thing with a bunch of early flyers to quickly get this going while my opponent struggles to stonewall me from attacking. Just a 1/1 flyer is very annoying when this is sitting in play because it's just going to start getting the counters and you're going to make more and more 1/1s, and this is also becoming a large threat that will no longer get stonewalled to the board because it'll be so large, which I like. And, you can crew it into this. I never actually crewed this, I don't think. I played it for a game, but I didn't end up crewing it. Heliod is also a bit slow. I don't have much ways to gain life, but it is sort of a mana sink, and it gives lifelink out, right? I can give lifelink to my commander, and then it, from there, gives 1/1 counters because I've gained life, so it's fine. I have life gain here too, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting to devotion that much, really, right? Like my creatures, half of my creatures don't have devotion. They're gnomes. They're just gnome creatures. Artifact tokens, rather. So, I don't know. But I think if I played a bit more, I might have liked it. Again, it's not something I... Like, it might not even be in the top 3 for Idyllic Tutor. Idyllic Tutor probably likes an Anthem effect. This Conclave that I would preferably like to cast a turn I tutor for it. So it's got Convoke, right? Showdown if I need more cards or something. But, yeah, Heliod might not be in the top 3 choices for Idyllic Tutor, which that alone makes me a little bit less excited about it. But as it stands, I think it's still gonna sit in the deck. But yeah, I liked it. It was fun. The games you win, some games it feels like you just don't stand a chance. Like, oh, I can't win this. And then out of nowhere, you're swinging for like 14. Like it really snowballs. A lot like the last commander, the green-white cat I was playing, whose name I could not even gonna try to butcher. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this commander. If you have ideas for it that are radically different than this, which you probably do because there wasn't much red in here, let me know. But like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.